EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watson now going to keep it.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the gun, here's Watson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now here's the option play going left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Watson on 1st down. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Let's rock and roll. Let's be smart. Let's be smart. They can't stop us. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Jackson.
And that will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson going to run again. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Let's go now, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. Let's rock and roll. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's turn it up. It's one play at a time, baby.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Watson now to throw. That's to the right side. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens have taken the lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now a throw here to his running back. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he's got some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On third and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A give running right is Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's rotate. All right, show them what you got now. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Come on, time to play. Give us some. Hey, give us some.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout.
Here comes Grant on the return. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Browns getting set to go.
And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They set up the screen to Chubb. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the line.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
York able to send this one through.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Let's go, fellas. Show 'em what you got. Don't wait on nobody else to make it. You make the play. This is where you step up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3.
Well, now how about this return?
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
Now Jackson.
He completes it to Beckham.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
Able to slither by. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
Dobbins. will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Inside the 10.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun.
On target to his man, Likely. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are right back in this football game.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
To throw is Jackson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, there's the option going left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. So now it's Watson and the Browns.
Down by 15. Just under 2 minutes to go. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well.
Watson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on it man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, giving different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.